Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. I am Pramudita Dwi Azahra, a management student at Nusa Putra University. Here I would like to present my research about the influence of current development in Generation Z, competencies, mindsets, and ethics of Generation Z in the workforce. Why do I take this title? It's because there are many comments in everyday life about how difficult it is for Gen Z to get a job and negative comments from company seniors regarding the performance of Gen Z. So that's why I'm curious about what's happening in this workforce. Generation Z can also be called Gen Z. Gen Zers is a generation whose birth range was between the middle 1990 to 2012. This generation was born and grew up in the digital and technological world, so technology has become an inseparable part of them. Based on the result of the population census conducted by the Central Statistic Agency in 2020, the majority of Indonesia's population is dominated by Generation Z. Furthermore, the number reached 27.94%, or almost a third of Indonesia's population. Some of them have also entered the workforce. So currently in Indonesia, employment opportunity have been entered by various generations, which means many differences influence work success, such as managing methods, mindsets, expectations, aspiration, values, and behaviors in the work environment. This also influences the differences in preferences of each generation in choosing the job and work environment they want to enter. Our research focuses on Gen Z competencies related to culture and the world of work. So, considering the main research result presented in this section and focusing of the behavior of Gen Z, there are the following research question. Number one, what is Gen Z ethics toward the world of work today? Number two, what are the motivating factors of Gen Z representative? I choose the strategy of epistemological pluralism, having the opportunity to use approaches drawn from different paradigms to obtain cognitive results. Therefore, we use functionalist and interpretative concepts. We choose this methodology based on methodological triangulations to obtain a broader context of the problem under study. Okay, by using functionalist and interpretive concept, in researching this problem, it was found that Generation Z is a generation that has significantly different characters, competencies, and ethics from previous generations. This is because Generation Z grew up with the very rapid development of technology and the digital world, which put Generation Z have heavy pressure in world development, especially in the world of work. After all, previous generation thought that Generation Z would be easier to achieve success. After all, the digital era has made things easier. They do all the activities. The rapidly growing digital era makes Gen Z have characteristics that are very close to social media, communicates and know all the ins and outs of the world. The ease with which Generation Z can find this information means that they have many different views and thought patterns that various parties influence. Hence, they sometimes have difficulty finding their own identity. This characteristic influence their motivation at work. Of course, because of some heavy pressure from outside, they have work motivation factors that prioritize the support of the people around them, prioritize happiness or comfort, and they are love flexible work. Why does this technological development have such an impact on Gen Z? This is because, first, social media is a picture of the future of these generations. Gen Z is a generation that has never known a world that is completely isolated from the existence of the other people. Social media negates that one cannot talk to anyone, anywhere, and at any time. This relates to the second characteristic that Gen Z's connectedness with other people is the most important thing. Third, a skills gap is possible. In this generation, this is why efforts to transfer skills from previous generations, such as interpersonal communication, work culture, technical skills, and critical thinking, must be intensively carried out. Fourth, the ease with which Gen Z can explore and connect with many people in various places virtually via an internet connection means that their experience of exploring geographically is limited. However, the ease with which they can connect with many people from various parts of the world causes Gen Z to have a global mindset. Lastly, this generation's openness in accepting various views and thought patterns cause them to easily accept diversity and different views of things. However, the impact then is that Gen Z finds it difficult to define themselves. Based on the IDNtimes.com article reporting on Manila recruitment, Gen Z is feeling heavy pressure due to political, social, and the rapid digital development. Gen Z is the majority in the world of work today, but the pressure they face is greater and competition is getting tougher. They always seems to be required to be successful to be accepted. As a result of various expectations and pressure from outside there, Gen Z has different motivations from previous generation in working. First, happiness in their main motivation. Based on survey data from Randstad, as many 40% of Generation Z would rather be unemployed than unhappy at work. They dream of a fine job according to what they like. On the positive side, Gen Z are more aware of mental health. Apart from feeling happy, job satisfaction is also an important motivation for Gen Z. When they feel satisfied with the work they are doing, the productivity of Gen Z will increase. They value companies that support career goals and encourage employee self development. On the other hand, they do not hesitate to turn down permanent contract opportunities to find satisfying work. As a generation that is familiar with technological development, Gen Z grew up with fast and real-time access to information. Every day, they swallow various issues that are hotly discussed. In the end, this generation thinks they want to change the world. As reported by Manila Recruitment, even though they are facing difficult challenges, Gen Z are very aware of their values. The principles of those who want to change the world are carried out over to the world of work. Meaningful work encourages them to work harder and enthusiastically. The Lifestyle Asia page states that almost 50% of millennials and Gen Z reject companies that do not align with their values. The values in questions are about social and environmental issues such social justice and global warming. Of course, this is a positive thing. And then flexible working hours. Generation Z is known as the generation that wants everything instantly. Because of that, they are labeled as lazy, which is another perspective from society towards Gen Z. The latest survey data released by Immigration to Australia in June 2023 shows such results. Australians aged 18 until 34 years old tend to reduce their performance during periods of low employment. However, if seen from another perspective, it is could be said that Gen Z only wants a relaxing job. They are very skilled at utilizing the digital era. So they prefer working remotely, diverse work system, and flexible work times and places make them comfortable. Okay, the conclusion is of course, some of the things above are not fully owned by all Generation Z. This can certainly be a bad or good influence on the company, depending on what each person does. For some companies, it may be suitable to have workers with the characteristic of Gen Z above, but some may not feel suitable. Therefore, both parties need to be able to choose and position themselves according to their harmony. Okay, this is the following is a presentation of my research results along with sources that complement my data. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe my YouTube channel.